So one I would recommend, and this is totally not of this topic, but Mint. Mint, by the way, really helps you budget your money, and it helps you understand where your money is going. So I really like mint.com. I'm sure this is what I liked 5 years ago, so there may now be even a better technology. But Mint is what I talk to, is what my husband and I use, what our friends use. But in regards to just pure personal finance, there's like Kiplinger's, there's Money Magazine. There's a lot of information you can just get online. But just start to read about it, or start, making sure you're reading the paper, you're following like what is generally going on in the market. I don't think you need to follow specific stocks. I honestly, I've never been a stock picker. It's not something of interest to me. But I have lots of friends that really like it, and it just kind of depends upon like what you like to do. It should be fun for you, because it's honestly, it is fun. It really is interesting information, and it's how companies are, allocating assets and how they're growing their companies. It's fun information if you start to like really get into it.
I also really like Mint. That's what we use. That's what my wife and I use to budget. That's a really, really helpful tool. Kind of just automates the whole process for you, or at least most of it. Also like your point about making it fun. One of the things that I do is I listen to a podcast that's put out by NPR called Planet Money. It's not necessarily like financial advice. It's more like the history behind, different financial institutions in our country. So, I mean, they're all over the map, but it's a really entertaining podcast. It's totally free, and it just kind of gets you sort of into that world and thinking in a financial kind of way, so you can understand why a business made a certain decision. It just, I don't know, for me, it sort of centers my mind in that financial analysis sort of mindset.
But I know that when people talk about budgeting, it kind of gets this, like, oh, I don't want to have to budget. But honestly, when you budget, it's because you're setting goals. And when you reach that, like, it really is fun, like, to know that you reached your goal, and whatever that goal is now, you get to be able to do whatever, you had. I remember the feeling of paying off my first car. I thought it was, I still, I will always love my 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix. It is the best car in the whole entire world. But it was a big goal. I remember going to the dealer and getting it and being like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to make these payments? Like, how is this ever going to work out? But like, you sit down, you write your budget. It kind of seems cumbersome, but when you get the goals, it's really fun, honestly. It sounds dorky, but I really have always enjoyed it.